The ICE officer, fearing for his life and the other officers around him and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. He used his training to save his own life and that of his colleagues. He was treated at a local hospital, has been released, and is now with family. I encourage the American people at this point in time to pray for him, but also to pray for the deceased's family and her loved ones. Today alone in this country, there have been 4 different domestic terrorist attacks on federal officers by the ramming of vehicles. 3 of them happened here in Minneapolis. We've seen over 100 of these vehicle rammings happen in just recent weeks, and this must stop. ICE alone is facing a 1,300% increase in assaults against them and an 8,000% increase in death threats against all of them. In fact, the very same officer who was attacked today had previously been dragged by an anti-ICE rioter who had rammed him with a car and drug him back in June. He sustained injuries at that time as well. And let me remind you why we're all here in this city today and why we've been here. In communities across this country and here in Minneapolis, we're just enforcing the laws that we have in this country. For years under President Biden, tens of millions of dangerous criminal illegal aliens, terrorists, and suspected terrorists were allowed to invade our country over our southern border.
Look, you got to understand, people in Minneapolis or Minnesota, wherever, they are upset. They want to riot. They want to protest because a woman got shot and killed when she tried to run over a DHS agent. Kristi Noem says something very important. This same officer that shot this woman went through experience where he got dragged 300 feet. 300 feet. So what do you think is going through his head when he saw a car coming at her? He said this in his head: this shit ain't happening again. When you use your vehicle towards a federal officer, that is considered domestic terrorism. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter if you white, doesn't matter if you white, black, whatever color, you are still a domestic terrorist because you're trying to take out a federal agent. You may think you're trying to escape, but there's somebody in front of you. They tell you to stop. You keep going and you try to kill somebody, try to run somebody over with a 6,000-pound vehicle. That's considered a terrorist threat. So now a lot of y'all, what y'all going to be doing now, and they're going to start doing this, y'all going to start going to jail if you're trying to block ICE. It's okay to protest. If that's what you want to do, if you so broke and so stupid and idiotic to protest because you ain't got shit else to do in your life, that's cool. Do it on the sidelines. Why are you blocking people from doing their job? Say you doing their job. Would you want somebody in your way? Say if you serving coffees at Starbucks and you mad because you're not getting paid $35 an hour and somebody keeps standing in front of you while you trying to get to the coffee machine. Would you like that? Would you like somebody cursing at you, throwing shit at you, fighting you, blocking you while you trying to do your job at Starbucks? You wouldn't like that. Don't even sit here and say you'll be okay with that. You would not like that. You wouldn't like somebody cussing you out because you keep making coffees wrong. You wouldn't like that. Throwing snowballs at you, videotaping you. Would you like that? How can you not be on edge by being an ICE agent? I'm keeping my head on the swivel because what I start to see is everybody around here hates me. This is why Tim Walsh should have had a National Guard out with them not to protect the agents, to protect yourself. Because this is what happens when you are stuck on stupid. You get shot and get killed, and you leave a wife and a kid. That's what happens. Now your kid ain't got a mom. Now your kid ain't got a mom because you trying to fight for people that don't care about you. That's the cold part right there. Y'all really out here protesting for people that don't give a damn about you. That's the thing that we have to understand. She lost her life because these people don't like her. That's what it is. You really lost your life because you're fighting for people that didn't give you a dime of any of that fraud money, that didn't share the wealth. So what are you protesting for? You lost your life for nothing. Now your kid doesn't have you. Now your kid life is turned upside down, totally different because you're not there. Stop doing dumb shit.
They were allowed to steal, to defraud, and to perpetuate violence against American citizens. Regardless of who your mayor or who your governor is, President Trump promised every single American that he would make America safe again. He promised every single American that he would work to protect them from dangerous criminals. Since Governor Walz has been in charge of Minnesota, we have seen homicides go up by over 50%. That's also during Mayor Frye's tenure as well. Since President Trump took office, Governor Walz has released over 470 violent criminals back onto the streets here in Minneapolis. He has another 680 of them still within his jurisdiction that he could give to us today to face the consequences for their crimes. Because Governor Walz and Mayor Frye refuse to protect Minnesotans and instead they protect these criminals, that's why we are here.
That's the thing, man.
Socialist New York City Mayor Zoran Mom.
We're sorry about that. We see people acting idiots. And then we see the idiots and people acting, having stupid thoughts to think they're really going to change somebody and be different to somebody and impact the agents get shot and killed because you try to run over somebody because you got spooked and you, instead of just stopping and keeping your hands up and say, I'll get out, you want to go forward and try to run over an agent. Make it make sense, y'all. We have to make it make sense. You can't be doing stupid stuff. You want to protest? You so broke. You ain't got nothing else to do with your life. You don't want to take care of your kids. You don't want to take care of your responsibilities. You just want to be mad and angry. That's your business. Do it on the sidewalk. Don't impede. But the thing is, though, this is what happens when you have weak leaders. So what these leaders should have did in Minneapolis and in Minnesota, Tim Walz, I think the other guy's Jacob Frey, whatever. What they should have did was like, hey, I don't like them coming here either, but I want you guys to be safe. Do not interfere. Do not get in their way. Let them do their jobs. We will fight with the government ourselves, but we do not want you dying in the streets. And if you continue to see stuff on the video of people not listening to your orders, we're going to deploy the National Guard to keep you on the sideline. Not to arrest you, but to keep things peacefully. That's what real leaders do. Those are the type of leaders you need. You can disagree with something. But still protect your people. Your job as a mayor, your job as a governor is to protect your people. Not say it's Trump's fault. It's say, you know what? I gave them a warning. They're not listening. I don't want nobody to get hurt. Deploy the National Guard. And just keep them on the sidewalks. Don't let them get in the street blocking ice. Do not let them get around. Just keep a perimeter to keep these people safe. That's it. That's the thing that good leaders do. You don't do things because, oh, I want to make sure they don't get mad at me so they can vote for me. That's how these people get into power, and how your city and your state get toe up is because you have weak leaders. You don't have leaders willing to do things that are right. But going back to that guy shooting that girl, he got dragged 300 feet last year. Why do you think he pulled out that gun so quick to shoot her? Because he was like, I'm not going to experience that again. And you can't get mad at that. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, we'll keep this thing rocking, keep it going. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the support. Go get her Patreon coming soon. No Filter Morning Show coming soon. Gonna keep it going, keep it rocking. I appreciate you guys. I'm out.